Welcome back to the second episode of Terrible Twister Movies. Today we're talking about Sharknado, like I promised. Yay. And you're probably wondering, well, why the hell did I vote in a poll? Well, if you would have read the question, I asked what movie should I review for this series after Sharknado. And so far, Supercell is in the lead. But I really want to talk about 500 Mile Per Hour Storm. So, I've changed the rules. Last place is the next movie we talk about. So, Sharknado was made for the Sci-Fi Channel in 2013. Or at least the DVD came out in 2013. And the plot synopsis is, when a freak hurricane swamps Los Angeles, thousands of sharks terrorize the waterlogged populace, and nature's deadliest killer rule the sea, land, and air. So, the movie is more or less like a hurricane, Jaws. Because Sharknado isn't much of a threat until an hour later into this movie. Which really confuses me, right, Jax? Yes, you can get some extra analysis. It really confuses me, because Sharknado, it's like exactly how it sounds. Like, look at this cover. If you guys can't see it, I'll put like an HD version on the screen. Like, it's a bunch of sharks that are poorly photoshopped into a poorly photoshopped tornado. Like, anyone with, like, a Pixar or Canva subscription, hell, even Adobe, could probably recreate that. In fact, here's my recreation. Anyways, the Asylum's older films, they don't have opening logos. Like, if you have the Twisters on anything, or hell, you can even, like, stream it somewhere, you can see that there's, like, an opening logo that is really cool and gets me excited. But Sharknado, it just has a fade in like this. So, yeah, there are like credits at the bottom of the screen, and we see immediately what we want to see. Tens and thousands of fucking sharks are swimming away from the best looking tornado I've ever seen. Is that, Jax? You said people saw this in 3D. I want to see Sharknado in 3D. You destroyed every copy of it. Anyways, we're introduced to Finn. Yes, that is our main character. His name is Finn. He is played by Isaac... This guy. This guy right here. And Tara Reid from American Pie is in this. She, I forgot her character's name. I think it was Sarah. Anyways, Finn is a surfer, and he's waiting for the storm to come in. But while that's happening, we get, like, the most stereotypical scene ever. This guy makes him the most fuck you soup ever made. Like, it looked like bro just cracked egg yolk in a bowl and stirred it. And he talks, I don't remember how he talks. He has like a weird accent. And it's so stupid. Anyways, the Sharknado just kills him. One of them just randomly decides to turn on each other and is like, I'm taking your money and your boat. And he's like, that's not how this works. Pew. And then the one guy gets eaten by a shark, and then one slowly dies as he's just editor will go crazy. Jax, you're a dick. Anyways, then we're introduced to Finn. He's surfing with his friend, and then Finn also owns a bar with, it's not John, her It's someone else. I thought it was Tara Reid, but she isn't mentioned. She gets, like, sexually harassed by John Hurt's character. I think it's Ben. And, well, shit gets chaotic fast with the Sharknado coming in. They're just having a normal conversation, watching TV. It's like, this is the worst hurricane ever. And then a shark flies through the window. And then, like, several blonde chicks almost get eaten. One guy is he just purposely, like, flips over a stair railing. And people are just running out and, like, getting, like, what's it called? Swarm flooded by this tsunami. But then in other shots, nothing's happening. Can you shut the hell up? Sorry about Jax, he's kind of a dick. So then, the chick who was getting sexually harassed, I think Tara? No, I'm having a dementia moment right now. John Reed's character, he uses a stool to knock out a shark and is like, don't you ever make fun of my stool again. I don't know why he just took this stool with him. In my head canon, I just have a feeling like it was a stool where he first sat and he liked it so much. Then there's like a Jaws reference where like a shark's head gets blown off. And every shark watching this is like, Larry! I'm purposely pausing. So, they all agree to go to Finn's ex's house, where her daughter is. So they get there, and Tara Reid, she's all like, oh, if this is about your daughter, you're not getting her, you got her on the 20th, you know this. And he's like, no, there's a Sharknado, there's a shark swimming in your pool. And then Tara Reid's new boyfriend's like, yeah, in the pool. He opens a curtain and a shark flies at him, of course. Sure, this was in 3D, otherwise it would have flown up. You know what, never mind. Yeah, so then the house gets flooded, and it's surprisingly interesting how they filmed this. They emptied out a indoor public pool, and just put, like, a interior of a house in that pool. That was kind of cool. I like that about it, which you can watch all about it in the making of Sharknado. So the shark gets into the house, the boyfriend dies, they all get on the road, and they have to get Finn's son, who is at flight school. So they're driving along, and under this bridge, a bunch of people just get attacked. And there's actually something really smart, because in a movie called Sharknado, you'd think stupid things happen, and stupid things do happen. Remember the guy that killed the shark with a barrel? John Hurt? Yeah, he uses a stool to break the back window of a car to unlock the door that the dog was trapped in. And then immediately after, he watches waves splash down on him as he sees sharks, and he just accepts his fate, and then you just hear him say, "Get off me, you son of shit." It's hilarious. He's dead. I honestly thought he would have been a reoccurring character. I didn't think he would have died. So they're driving along, and a gas leak happens. They're like, alright, everyone get out of the car. Now, normally a gas leak doesn't mean it's gonna fucking explode, but it's a good idea to get out of the car. What just hit my camera? It's a good idea to get out of the car. So, it blows up. And, they get to the airport. No, they get to, like, a variety store of some sorts. And, they stock up. I'm low on battery here. Sorry, I had to move you guys because my fan is broken. So they're at, like, this variety store, and then they see this, like, car shop, and they steal a Hummer. They just steal a motherfucking Hummer. So then they get to the airport successfully. And then they find Finn's son. I think his name is Jason, if I remember correctly. Anyways, they're hiding, and then the flight instructor, she's like looking up, and then as normal fashion, yep. And if you listen carefully, you can hear her scream, "It's a Sharknado." I thought I was like hearing shit. I don't know if Jax was talking to me after my rewatch. I had to like rewind several times, but I heard very faintly, very faintly too. Like someone was like, in the record. Just, hey, can you turn your away from your mic, put your hands over your mouth, and whisper, "It's a Sharknado," as if you're yelling? Yeah, sure. It's a Sharknado. They find like this like storage thing where they find chainsaws and weapons, and then Jason has the idea to bomb the tornado, or at least like bomb the sharks, which is a pretty good idea. But it's basically nuclear war. They're gonna throw bombs full of silver iodine in those Sharknadoes. Now I find it funny that silver iodide has become like a very popular thing in tornado movies. Twisters, there was a whole theory with if they use enough silver iodide, it can dissipate a tornado. In the Twisters, they use silver iodide powered lasers to melt tornadoes, but due to temperature shit, it just... So then, not Tara Reid, the other chick, this chick, and Jason, they get up in a helicopter, and she dies, supposedly. And they hit like 3 of the tornadoes, because we established that there was 3 Sharknadoes now. I would have preferred if this movie was called The Sharknado, or not Sharknado, whatever the fuck it is. No. Wait. Jason dies. I believe so. And there's like this really fucking cringy scene where where Finn's like, "That's my son up there." And then this old woman's like, "You must be so proud." And Finn's like, yeah, I am. And then he just leaves. Obviously to do something, but that clip out of context is just fucking hilarious. So, with the tornadoes gone, the sharks are flying everywhere. And, trailer shot, Finn dives chainsaw first into the mouth of a huge-ass great white that swallows him whole. Oh wait, no, Jason is alive. Never mind. It's just he's not in any of the sequels. Yeah, the shark swallows him whole, and then Finn saws out of the shark, and they use like a real practical rubber thing, and some people find it uncanny. I found it pretty cool that they use practical effects. And Finn emerges and makes out with Tara Reid, covered in fake shark blood. And then he pulls out the other chick. Even though we saw her fall out of a helicopter into one shark's mouth, who bit her. And then the other shark, like, chomped on her, like, twice. Like, if you analyze the clip, she's clearly fucking dead. And there's, like, a whole thing with this character. She's like, "I hate sharks." And she has, like, this weird scar that she says was, like, a boating accident. Or a shaving accident. One of the two. But, like, she wears short shorts and tries to cover it up. And it's like, if you didn't want people to see it, use pants! And then the movie ends. I don't remember if there's a post-credit scene or not, but, I just remember that this movie was unbearable, insufferable hell. It is iconic. It is anything a guy like me wants in a movie who likes sharks and tornadoes. And the only thing this was missing was dinosaurs. Luckily, there was a movie called Monsternado that features some dinosaurs, and in the sixth Sharknado, there's a scene where Finn and a T-Rex, like, have a duel. I haven't seen the sixth one yet, I've just seen, like, those Watch Mojo clips, like, top 20 ridiculous scenes in the Sharknado movies, and that was one of them. Anyways, we're gonna do a new ranking. We're going to rank the posters for this movie. Now, from what I recall, there's only one poster, because the Asylum is lazy, as we can tell, and that being the DVD cover. The DVD cover basically tells you everything you need to know about the movie. So, 10 out of 10, poster. Plot. Quite believable, actually. There is actually a film theory about Sharknado that said it could happen because in Australia, now hear me out here, hear me out, in Australia it rains spiders, and one time Australia had a Spider-Nado. That's your next horror movie, Spider-Nado. Also, if you want to watch another shitty, there's Frognado, Catnado, Fishnado, Sharknado, I think Crocnado, Monsternado, Clown